Well, the federal government has unveiled a $5.6 billion plan to reform aged care after striking a breakthrough deal with the coalition. The package includes measures to help older Australians live at home for longer and improve conditions for people living in aged care facilities. To break it all down, I'm joined by Craig Gear, who is CEO for the Older Persons Advocacy Network, or OPAN. Craig, thank you very much for joining me. Can I get your reaction to this plan?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the new bill that's been tabled in Parliament, and overall, we think it's got some very good things in there. But we're obviously of a bill of 540 something pages long. We're still unpacking a lot of the detail, and we would still need to see some of the rules that go behind it. But what we've seen so far is it does have strengthened quality standards right across the aged care system. It's got powers for a stronger regulator and increased protections for older people. It does talk about the funding for the system, but it also talks about the human rights of older people who are receiving aged care. And we think that's really important, that we recalibrate the system to focus on the older person themselves, which hasn't been in the current Act, and making sure that we can uphold their rights.
Now, a key part of the plan is that the aged care system will be means tested, which means many retirees will have to pay more for aged care from July next year. How do you think that element will be received?
Look, people have universally told us that they want a well-funded, viable aged care system that is focused on meeting their care needs, and that has to be high quality. There has been means testing and income and assets assessments already in place, but sometimes they haven't been applied equally right across the system, and it hasn't been transparent. So some of that's in place now with what's being proposed. What's also important is that care is still going to be funded by the government, which we think is really important. On the other aspects, I think there will be mixed views. I think what's important is that people to know that there is a no worse off principle for those receiving aged care at the moment. There's also a lifetime cap, but there will be implications for some people for some of the things that they've paid for during their life and contributing to those as well. Most of the people that we've spoken to over the last year have said to us that they're willing to pay more if they can see where the money's going and it's actually providing them high quality aged care services.
So let's talk about the supported home package. So this is $4.3 billion for home support. How important is that part of the plan, and is there anything that needs to happen in order for it to be effectively rolled out?
Yeah, pretty much every single older person I've spoken to said they want to have their care in their home and want to stay in their home as long as possible. And the system that we have at the moment is quite fragmented. It's fragmented in the assessments system, where there's multiple assessments and there's delays in those assessments. There's also a long waiting time to access a home care package, and gaps about where the Commonwealth Home Support Program is available. So this program called Supported Home, over the next few years, will reduce the waiting time. It will also mean that the care and services that are delivered are actually focused on the needs of older people and what they want and how they want their care delivered. That's what universally they tell us that they want, and now we'll need to build the workforce to support that as well.
Yes, there have been major shortages in the aged care workforce. Firstly, how much has that affected the provision of services so far? And are you confident there'll be enough workers to effectively carry out this plan?
Yeah, our services, our aged care advocates who are there to provide independent support to older people, and we had 44,000 cases last year of people coming to us looking for support. Huge amounts of those, 46% was about home care packages and also about availability and accessing those packages. So we do need to plan for the future. We need a sustainable workforce in the community, and we need a sustainable aged care workforce in residential aged care. They need to be well trained, they need to be paid well, and there has been increases in the wages of the aged care workers, and we are seeing people attracted to the what's a really valuable care economy. But we need to keep having a plan, particularly in rural and regional areas, to make sure this happens.
And just finally, before we have to go, is there anything that is not included in the plan that you had been hoping to see?
Look, we're looking to make sure that the rights of older people can be upheld and that people can raise their voice. We're still unpacking some of that detail. We're also unpacking about what this means for I suppose, different members of the community in making sure that this is equitable and that the expectations on older people are transparent and known.
There is a lot of detail to look at. Thank you for your time. That is Craig Gear from the Older Persons Advocacy Network.